up in my upper right corner, which you do. That's outstanding.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. See, I'm going to use this for more conferences. I think this is actually great. Oh shit, Allison Gamingland is here too. Holy crap. Whoa, dude. Mara's blowing some positive your way, man. Danger could read the dictionary and make it sound good. That's some like
Oh,
LeVar. Yo, those are some LeVar Burton level vibes right there. That's what I'm talking about.
oh man.
All
I'm
right,
glad to be here.
all right. So, I definitely want Danger's monologue in this for a number of reasons because Danger and I have had some discussions about the fact that Ben Sisko is the Star Trek universe's fucking badass. So Danger's voice, his commander's Star Trek's commander's choice, of course, is Ben Sisko, and now he's gonna tell us why. Go for it, big man. The mic is yours.
Benjamin Sisko is the greatest captain in Star Trek history, and here is why. Number number one, number one, he had to deal with not only being the captain of of a space station, but he had to deal with being a captain of a space station that didn't want him there, and then he had to deal with a whole new quadrant of the universe that they didn't have to deal with before. So when that wormhole opened with the Gamma Quadrant, and Deep Space Nine is right next to it, he has to deal with the politics on that station, all those alien races that come and converge there that didn't want him there, the the planet of Bajor that was down below that was previously occupied by the Romulans. That was previously occupied by the Romulans. That
Cardassians.
what Cardassians? Yes. Why did I say Romulans? Why did I say Romulans? That was previously occupied by the Cardassians. So the people of Bajor didn't want him there, and the Cardassians definitely didn't want him there because that was one of their territories that they took back over. So he had to deal with that. Then he had to deal with these these um these aliens in the wormhole who were like these non-linear beings. Like he had to deal with a whole lot. On top of that, he had to deal with the loss of his wife, and he had to deal with raising his son all by himself. He has all of this going on. He has all of this going on. He has to deal with stuff that no other Star Trek captain has ever dealt with. No other Star Trek captain was was married was married with children. Like he was that and still had to deal with the whole family dynamic of his wife, um, raising the kid, and then trying to juggle all this international I can't say international intergalactic politics that he has to deal with on top of that. Then on top of that, I always felt like this was messed up. When the show started, he was the only person that didn't start off as a captain. He was Commander Sisko at first. It wasn't until season 3 when they actually promoted him to captain, and I was like, "Yo, all that stuff he has to deal with, and y'all ain't giving my man captain in the first place." But I'm not. I'm probably gonna stay off topic here. So those reasons why I feel like he was one of the greatest. He was one of the greatest captains in the world. Plus, like he did some stuff that like politically that no other captain would do, like punching Cisco in the face. I mean, punching Q in the face. No, none of the other captains would have did that because they would have felt like, oh, we're gonna start like an intergalactic thing, and he just did it because like, yo, he was getting on my damn nerves. He needed to be punched in the face. So like there was so many things that he had to juggle that the other captains didn't have to juggle. Like he had to juggle. I think he had to deal with a traitor inside of the Federation. And then I tell people one of the most gangster moments in Star Trek is when he pretty much poisoned the whole planet to get this dude off the planet. Like the guy was hiding on the planet. My man was like, "Look, if you don't get off the planet, I'm going to drop. I forget what he said he was going to drop. I'm going to drop these missiles on the planet, and it won't be inhabitable for the next 50 years." And the dude was like, "Yo, you seriously ain't going to do that?" It was it was such a badass moment that Worf was kind of shook. He was like, I remember during that scene, he turned to Worf and he was like, "Launch your torpedoes." Worf looked at him like, and mind you, Worf is a savage. Then he looked at him and was like, "Yo," he's like, "You heard what I said. Launch the torpedoes." Like, looking at him like, "What's the problem?" He's like, Worf's like, "All right." Doop, 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 just destroyed a whole planet, yo. And I was like,
Yep, I believe that was. I forget if it was trilithium resin or it was like a biological weapon. But yeah, he's straight up. He got tired. You're talking about Commander Michael Eddington.
Yes.
And Eddington betrayed Starfleet for the Maquis, and made it his personal vendetta to fuck with Sisko. And Sisko was like, "All right, that's it. You want to hide on a planet? We're gonna make it an uninhabitable. Get your ass off the planet now." And he toyed with Sisko. Sisko didn't have that.
So he called Cisco's bluffing. Cisco was not bluffing on that one. That has to be one of the most gangster Star Trek moments in the entire series. I was like, I don't think anybody else has ever done something like that. It's like, yeah, we're just gonna blow up this planet, and
Yeah. No, he didn't. Cisco didn't fuck with. Cisco didn't play nice with the Maquis either, which was cool. They needed a firm hand. The only thing. So here's a lot of things people don't know, because every time they show up at a starbase, they have to keep talking to an admiral. Now here's the thing about the commander, though. Canonically, if you look into Star Trek, it's always a commander who runs a starbase, because they don't expect a commander to have to handle like outward incidents and think on their feet the same way they don't expect a captain to. But and there's always there's an admiral's staff, but they didn't even give him admiral support. Like, there wasn't a task force commander out there with Sisko like there is at every other starbase. So they still stuck him. But as soon as the wormhole was a reality, and now Sisko's in charge of this whole shitty mess, he should have had his captain by the end of the season. The fact that they made him wait was like, no, Starfleet's a bunch of assholes.
Sounds like some military bureaucracy there.
Yeah, that really fucking does, man. Like, hey, Sergeant, you're really good at this job, and technically you're in a staff sergeant position, but we're just going to leave you a sergeant for 2 years.